Good night, I'm Mark Seal. I'm starting with cricket. Pakistan have a slight edge on the West Indies after day 3 of the third test at Windsor Park in Dominica. At the close, the Windies reached 218 for 5 in their first innings, still trailing by 158 runs with 5 wickets remaining. Resuming on 14 without loss in reply to Pakistan's first innings of 376, the Windies were led by Roston Chase, who has so far top scored with 60 retired hurt. He was forced to retire after being hit on the biceps from pacer Mohammad Amir. Shane Dorridge will resume day 4 on 20 and captain Jason Holder with him on 11. Yashir Shah so far to pick up the bowlers, 3 for 108. Here are the highlights.
Oh, that's a nice shot though. The balance there was perfect.
It's well improvised. That's a good shot to play.
Comes down the track, has a heave, Azhar Ali, and that's the first wicket.
Catcher is into the gap. And the ball escapes the dive of Azhar Ali.
But he's hit that well enough. They go for the review.
Spins across him. Where's the bat, glove, and probably did touch it. We'll know that in just a second. And the decision is out.
Poor delivery short and put away. Hope is in good form. And as I say that, Yasir Shah with a spinning leg break. Well, I'm not really sure what to say, Bish, but it's effective. Not on that occasion. Hit it in the air. It might not go for 4. It does, actually.
Line batsman.
And gone!
Push himself for a quick run. Abbas was late in the act, and that's 50 for Chase. Once again, a very fine, cultured innings. Difficult, and once you get into that habit, then runs become easy for you to get. That's a smash through the offside for 4.
For the first time, he hasn't looked comfortable playing the pull shot.
Well, the newer, harder ball just came onto him a bit quicker than he expected. It's as if it got him somewhere just above the elbow, was it? It's got him in the bicep.
Yeah, it's not what the West Indies would have wanted at this little interval at all. That could be close. Finger goes up.
Could be a good one. That's gone. It's good footwork from Dorridge. Dorridge not out on 20. Holder is not out on 11.
Live coverage of Day 4 will be on CBC TV8 and Radio 94.7 from 10 a.m. More cricket news. Rising Pune Supergiant missed today's opportunity to qualify for the IPL playoffs as they lost to Marlon Samuels and the Delhi Daredevils in their penultimate regular season game. The hosts batted first and made 168 for 6 in their 20 overs. Player of the match, Karun Nair, top scored with 64, while Samuels got 27.
Delhi Daredevils feeling that the pitch was rather dry, and so deciding that they'll bat first. Yeah, nothing really there. Ben Stokes hits the stumps, but not a run on, and they've just given it away. A couple of wickets gone very quickly, and it required Karun Nair to play well, and boy did he. Some good shots, and what a partnership too with Rishabh Pant, a youngster, an emerging player, one of the emerging players of the tournament. Has looked good, and together it looked like they could formulate some sort of a partnership that would take Delhi to a formidable score. But you never know, things change, and they change pretty quickly. Still some lovely shots being played. Oh, look at that. Just placement. And again, he's played some very good shots. And Pant deciding, well, I'll keep going with the big shots, and he got quite a few away. and tried one too many, probably a little too close to him. That one couldn't get under it, and he picks out mid-wicket.
Samuels as well, off to a really good start. A little bit of luck early, but he looked good. But he was on his way, building that partnership. Karoon Nair with the freak there, MS Dhoni, the old boy, takes a one-hander. Once again, spoken about how well he's been keeping throughout this tournament. There's another example of it. Really quick hands. Pat Cummins gets one out of the screws for 6. And then there he is in the field and with the ball. Ben Stokes picks up a big wicket. Nair was the standout. Mishra with a flat bat down the ground. Missed opportunity there from Adam Zampa. A really good performance with the ball.
This is an excellent catch. It really is. As it went up, you just thought, ooh, money on the ball there. It was an outstanding catch. And then he's bowling this time. Died of a nut cut and expects the save of Washington Sundar. And I give him that. There's the mat there. He runs onto it and just loses his footing as he's about to take the catch. Then Ben Stokes says this is how to catch. And to keep the ball in and to stretch and everything else. I am Superman. He really is. Supergiant made 169.
Back to cricket. Wanderers Cricket Club were in winner's row recently when they came up against West Province Cricket Club of South Africa in the Golden Oldies World Cricket Festival, which ended today in Barbados. Wanderers batted first and scored 263 for 8 in 35 overs. CBC's Sean Green reports on that innings.
We get started with Neil Burnham launching this ball out of the ground for 6 big ones. He then went all along the turf through cover and mid-off region for 4 more this time. His partner Trevor Seeley tried to join in the fun but played across the line and was given LBW for 2. However, Burnham continued his onslaught, putting all his power into this shot, losing his footing in the process. However, he would have to retire as the rules of the game state that once you make 35, you must allow another batter the chance. But he returned and eventually scored 51. So that brought Jeremy John to the crease and he picked his spot early, cutting late for 4. You better give it that chase, old boy. John then brought elegance to the game, getting down on one knee, sweeping fine for 4. He brought his total to 36 when he pulled behind square for 4 more, meaning it was time to give someone else a chance. But he also returned to the wicket and was stumped for 43. Sean Armstrong was next in and started with a slap through the cover point region for $1. He then added another $1 to his total when he brought a firm hand, going through extra cover. Cool as ever, Armstrong was, chipping down the wicket, dispatching it over the bowler's head to move his total to 35. And you know what that means. But Armstrong also returned, but he didn't add to his total. Keith Thomas was next, but his stay wasn't long as he was caught at mid-on for 2 and trying to play a big shot. He was followed by Charles Grant, who misjudged the foot of this ball and was bowled for 10. Meanwhile, Gavin Beresford was at the crease all along, but was taking a backseat, but he decided to take the helm, going through the leg side with this whip off his legs. He then went over long off with a drive to take his total to 37 and follow the others who reached 35. However, he also returned and eventually finished on 43 not out. Now this is what the old people call a good old cow swipe, head in the air and swinging as Ronald Gregor is bowled comprehensively for 10. Ayub Bekaria was the final person to be dismissed as he was bowled via a Yorker for 8, leaving Wanderers to finish on 263 for 8 in 35 overs. Sean Green, CBC Sports.
Thanks, Sean. And in reply, West Province only managed 187 for 4 from their 35. Andrew Palfreman top scored with 38, while his brother Steve added 36. Archie Bell made 35. Sean Armstrong was the pick of the bowlers, taking 2 for 22. Still to come, competitors prepare to flex some muscle at Mr. Bridgetown. Contestants have put in all of their last-minute work and are ready for tomorrow's Mr. and Miss Bridgetown bodybuilding and fitness competition at the Combermere School Hall. 3 of the contestants, Sean Springer, Roger Streaks, and Alan Reed, all of the Kraken Gym, told CBC Sports about their preparations and their goals for tomorrow's show.
I went off the scene for a year to get my waistline come a little smaller and get my shoulders a little broader, a little longer, because it came second and the guys that who came first then showed had a little smaller waist, so I had to work my waist to bring my waistline a little neater to dominate the show.
I think my conditioning is good. I try to come a little fuller this year because in the past I had great conditioning, which I'm known for really for these past couple of seasons, but I lack fullness. So I try to come a little fuller this year and fancy my chances in the open.
Didn't get in as much strength as I would like. However, I still feel my body is in a good shape to get trouble in competition.
Looking to win, of course.
Yes, of course.
Well, the competition gets started at the Combermere School Hall from 6 p.m. Time now to tell you what's happening this weekend in sports. The CBC Sports Express radio cricket show is back, and tomorrow we will have live updates on 94.7 FM. Now, from the BCA Super 50 Cup, the 50 over tournament, we'll be going around various venues, and that tournament actually will be starting at 9:30. Our show will be starting from 1:30. Also tomorrow, it will be day 4 of the 3rd and final test between West Indies and Pakistan at Windsor Park in Dominica, starting at 10 a.m. Live coverage will be on TV8 and 94.7 FM. The local horse racing season continues at the Garrison Savannah with the Barbados Turf Club staging the Betting Booth Staff Appreciation Race Day. Post time there, 2:15 p.m. The 2017 Mr. Bridgetown Bodybuilding and Fitness Championships will get going at the Combermere School Hall starting at 6 p.m. Then at 8:30 there is one game on in the Didacel BFA Premier League. Bottom place teams Notre Dame and Belfield will clash at the Wilde AstroTurf. On to Sunday. It's the 5th day of the 3rd test between the Windies and Pakistan in Dominica. Now, during that time, there are 6 games on in the Sagicor General T20 competition here in Barbados. It's a Super 12 stage for the 2 zones with matches at 2 venues. In Zone A at 3W's Oval, the start times are 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Then at Queen's Park, there is a match slated for 2 p.m. In Zone B, the venues are Kensington Oval with matches at 10 and 2, while there's a lone match again at Queen's Park that gets underway at 10 a.m. Football action returns to the Wilde AstroTurf, a triple header this time around in the BFA Premiership. Times 4, 6 and 8. That's Sports Night for the week. Join us again on Monday for more sports. I am Mark Seal. Enjoy your weekend.
You're watching CBC TV 8 in beautiful Barbados.